So, who are you? Where are you from?
We're Robert and Mary Ellen Loveridge. We're from Orem, Utah, and we're here serving a full-time mission in the Manchester-Boston mission.
And how long have you guys?
Massachusetts, Boston.
Massachusetts, Boston mission, yes.
How long have you guys been married?
49 years.
Wow. And so what are some tips that you'd have for people that are thinking about getting married, or, you know, newlyweds, on how they can stay married happily and nice and long throughout life?
And one thing is to always go to bed happy with each other. Never be angry.
And even if it takes until 3 o'clock in the morning to get that way, you have to be committed to each other and do whatever it takes to stay happy. And you have to make a commitment that it's not something you have to do 10 times. You can do it in once.
Make the decision before you get married that it will be eternal.
Yeah. Now, we know that there are always circumstances that can interfere with that, but fortunately we haven't had those, and we've had hard times and everything else, but the thing that we have been is committed to each other and making sure that before we go to bed, we're happy with each other.
And how did you know that you were each other's people to marry?
Well, the first time we had a date, I went home and told my sister, I found the guy I'm going to marry. And she thought I was crazy. But we proved it was true.
And after our second date, my father came up to me and he said, "Son, have you met the person you're going to marry yet?" Because I'd dated, probably 40 girls or more in the course of my time, and it only took about 2-3 dates to narrow it down to her and one other one, and by the 5th day, it was gone. It was her.
So how did you guys meet?
And we went to a ballroom dance tryout, something that neither one of us had ever done before.
Wow, where was that?
At BYU.
It was at BYU.
I do love ballroom.
Yeah, and as I was leaving and going, she was there taking tickets at the Richardson Building swimming pool, and we said hi as we passed the table. I was taking a young lady home that I had brought to the tryouts, and then I went back and parked at one side of the building and walked in around back in, and then walked in front of the desk and did something I'd never done before. So you have to be willing to do things differently. Yeah. And I said, "You might think this is pretty forward, but would you be willing to go to the ball game tonight and a dance with me?" That was our first date. We've been together ever since.
Oh, wow. So how long from when you met till when you got engaged and then married?
4 weeks till we were engaged.
Wow.
And married in 6.5 months.
Wow. So short dating, long engagement. Or longer.
It was a longer engagement, yes.
That is very cute. So any other tips or advice you'd advise?
Be willing to say I'm sorry, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes you need to be the first one to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well.
And for the guys, be willing to mop the floor for your wife.
He's done that for years. He will not let me mop the floor.
Well, that's a good one. Well, thank you so much, and I'm so glad to have met you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.